What is up, DIY fam, and welcome back to Rent This Flip That. We are back out in Goodlettsville on our huge deck project. Now, we have already completed the steps out front, and we've also completed the rebuild of the deck that attaches to the side. And now it's time to move on over to the other side and start the big one. That's right. All right, team, so let's walk through and make a game plan. So obviously what I'm gonna do here, this is the existing deck and it's 2x10. We're gonna go ahead and send this thing all the way out there towards the edge of the house with a 2x10 too. So what I'm gonna come back to do with my ledger bolts is I'm gonna put a couple in here. Then I'm gonna try to cut this. You can see that this is already cracked. So I think that it's gonna be fine that I cut it there and then add on to my new one. My new one will come over and overlap 2 3/4 here, and then I'll lag bolt it through there too. May put a ledger on there. I may just cut these things back. I haven't decided yet, but a ledger wouldn't hurt. You know, like a little nailer. And then of course over there, we're gonna have to pull the vinyl, bring it up, make sure the house wrap and everything is on it the way it's supposed to be before we attach our ledger boards. Make sure we got our flashing on there, and then we should be good to go. So I'm gonna start out here today and start digging these holes. I'm gonna get a measurement off the house to where these are and just duplicate it over here. And I'm also gonna run a string line down these poles right here just to make sure we're in line with this deck right here. All right, team, that is the plan. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'll check back in with you guys in just a little while. Holla. Team, so I've got these holes dug and I've also got my laser level set up. And in the old days I used to take a line level and put it on my string and make sure it was level. And now we still have one out there because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to see the laser. However, check this out. Right here where this crack is, see my line? You can see the laser line. And I've got up there and looked inside. So it is actually at the top of this 6x6 post. My concern was that we were going downhill over here. Me and Kelly bought 8-footers because we figured we used 8 foot over there and it was more than enough. So now that I see that that's a little bit downhill, I was concerned I was going to have enough sticking up. So let's go this way. Laser's still being set up. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but I can see it. And the laser line is right there. If I put it right there, you can see it is literally about 3/16 lower than that. And I know you guys can't see it, but I can see it. And that's going to work out just fine. So if this one's good, then the middle one should be just fine too. So that's what we're going to do. Is I'm going to get that second one set, and then we're going to get them concreted in. All right, guys, it's a plan. Holla.
Holla.
All right, you guys, so we got both poles in, and they are both plumb. And then also we're on our string here. Remember, I've strung all the way to the end over there. I let it touch the one in the middle, and it was a little bit off from the one out here, but because I used the laser. But you can see that it is touching this one, just kissing it, is just kissing that one over there, and I've got it over that way. So now it's just a matter of putting concrete in these things in, letting them dry, and as you can see right here, boom, check that out. See my green line? I know you can see it on that one. So I got plenty to cut off on this one over here. That one over there, I'm only cutting 3/16 off. But with that being said, all of them are level with this top of this post right here. So we're good to go. All right, let's put some concrete in here. All right, team, so we called the homeowner out here to have her take a look at this. We always like to make sure we are doing exactly what it is they want. Someone once told me that the customer is not always right, but the customer is always the customer. So if they want it hung upside down, they're paying, it gets hung upside down. So even though I dug this hole, it didn't take that long. The ground was pretty soft. Brought it out here and showed her we had it at 42 inches, and she said, can you make it smaller? I told her the next standard size was 36. She's like, could it be okay to go smaller? And I told her a bathroom door is 28. She was like, let's do 28. We're going to move it over and make it 28 inches in between the gutter, and that way they just have a way up. They're not using this to bring stuff up. It's just another entrance to get on. She wanted more of the room over here. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull this post up, fill that hole up, dig another hole, and we're going to move on. All right, let's go. come over here. I'm going to temporarily put this on, like this right here. I marked 6 foot on this side, and then I'll do 8 on this side over here. Okay team, real quick, this is a tip if you're trying to square up your buildings. I'm using 6, 8, 10, but the root of this is 3, 4, 5. And what I mean is if you pull down one side 3 foot and down the other side 4 foot, you should have 5 foot across from angle to angle. And if your building is a little bit bigger, you can always add those numbers to themselves, like 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 9, 12, 15, and so on. Using this method helps me to place my posts exactly where it needs to be to square this deck up. Boom. Here. What's up you guys? Welcome back. It is the next day and we are back out on the deck job. Now we're on the big side over here and we got our post set the other day. Actually it was yesterday. Yeah, we got our post set yesterday. We didn't pour the concrete in because we were running out of time. But I wanted to take you through and show you the progress we got and show you what it is we're about to do today. There's the post. The posts are all set and they're all plumb on all 4 sides. So that one did get concrete put into it and so did that one. We just got to do this one here today and this one, and then while the concrete's setting up on those, I'll be taking vinyl off over here and making sure there's house wrap and a membrane over there so that we can attach our ledger board to that. That's what we got going on Goodlettsville, Tennessee. I'm gonna jump off here and get to work. You guys, I'll talk to you later. Holla.
Did you get the bee on me?
I'm a bee.
You wouldn't get up.
All right, I'm gonna let you do the concrete on those, okay? Yeah. And I'm gonna start this house thing. Okay. All right. Kellie has that hole and this hole to fill in. I'm gonna go ahead and jump on this siding right here and remove it and get ready to put my ledger board up. All right, team, so what I did was I pulled a number from over there, butting that band to here. I had 181 and 11/16 to the outside and 176 to the inside. So I made both of those marks, just because I wasn't exactly sure what I'm doing. I want to make sure it transferred to the wall. So now I've decided what I'm going to do to make sure this is very sturdy is once I run my band here, it'll be 1.5 inches short, and then I'll cap it off right there like that. And then this one run all the way back, and it's supported by this and by this. I think that's going to be really good. And then what I'll do is I'll come back through here, support it from here to here, and also tie it in through there onto that over there, and then our steps will go right here. That's the plan. So I need to get this vinyl removed and then put our band on. Why I got you guys here, let's take a second to talk about why we're actually even doing this. This house doesn't have any house wrap on it, okay? And so if any rain comes down and gets in around the windows somehow gets into the top and just dribbles down through here. You got a little edge where water just sits. You can see right here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but anyway, that needs to be pounded in flat so it's flush with the flooring up there, but it's not. It's hanging over a little bit. I guess that's okay. You can hide it with the vinyl because you don't nail vinyl. You just hang it so you can kind of beat your nails in and out. Anyway, this has to go. And if you don't put something on here when that does come down, it's going to go down in between this and my new band that I'm about to put on there. And trust me, from experience, I've learned from remodeling our duplexes over there, nobody did that. Another deck I went to go fix and they didn't do that. And what happened? The band was rotted out. So you got to make sure to protect the band before you attach something to it, or you're going to run into problems later. The deck might be standing, but the house is falling. All right, guys, this thing's got to go. Wow, check this out. I ain't never seen a crawl space so clean. It's amazing. It's really thick. Alright, that was a problem down there. Let's go check it out. Alright, so there it is. There's my hole right there. You can see that that's a little bit twisted, so that side does need to come in a little bit. I don't know if I'll be able to bang these in or not. Looks like they've been sealed in with this foam, so I can see that those are supporting the floor, so I may just have to go out there and buzz the top of that band just so I can get it back in and then screw it back to these right here. This should be pretty solid. All right, go back outside. Okay team, I believe I got it pretty flush, and so now what I'm going to do is, there's some 2x12 blocking all the way across and they've tied them into the joist. Some of the joists were rotten and I guess that's why they did that. You know what, you don't put house wrap on your house, you run into those things. But this seemed to be pretty solid, so I'm going to screw this into my blocking in there and then toe screw it down through the band right here, and probably put maybe 1 or 2 across through there, maybe 3, tying it up into the bottom plate, that way it holds strong. Alright, that's the plan. It should be a blocker right there.
bubbles. My holes are way out. Like, they're not even in.
Oh.
Did it backwards. Huh?
Well, you guys, if you're going to take the time to crown your boards, you might want to put them the right way. This crown needed to be up. Flush on the top there. What is up, team? All right, so let's go through and talk you through the progress that we got done and what we're about to take off and do next. As you can see, we did the house over there. We went ahead and let the Tyvek hang low. Now, you guys remember there was no Tyvek on the house at all, no house wrap. So in order to protect our band and the band on the house, we went through with that sealant tape and sealed it off. And today we're going to go ahead and put that ledger back on there, and then we're going to seal on top of that too. Then we're going to lift the Tyvek up over top of that. That way we're doing some type of step flashing on that. Don't want water to get back there any more than it already has, but that's the plan for today. We're going to get these joists in, and then we're going to, right here, they're going to be putting a hot tub. So we're going to have to beef that up with some 4x4 posts right here. But after that, we should be good to go on decking, and then we'll be cutting these rails. All right, guys, I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to go get my saw, start cutting this stuff, get it installed. You guys hang tight. I'll holler back at you. Boom. Okay, team, let's talk about how we are going to be attaching these deck joists, the floor joist, so to speak. So there's two ways you can do it. One is by creating a ledger, and one is by using hangers. We are going to be doing the ledger method. Anyway, this ledger right here, what you want to do is you want to put one screw directly underneath where the joist is, and then one about 2 or 3 inches to the right and to the left. That way you have 3 screws holding that one joist. With that in there, that should be plenty to hold these joists up. So what I'm going to do is rip these 10-foot 2x4s in half. That way I have 4 ledgers. The deck is almost 20 feet long, not so much where the step is, but I should be able to get 4 ledgers out of here. So that's the next step, and I'm going to be using this speed square. Why? Because it has a notch. This is my favorite one to use. All I got to do is stick it on 1 3/4 and boom. All right, here we go. All right, guys, so before we go and put all of our joists in, I wanted to show you what Kellie's doing over here. Now, it's not our fault. This whole house does not have house wrap on it, so we're not going to go back and try to do that. However, we're going to take every precaution to make sure that we don't get any water or rot behind our joist here. So you can see we actually wrapped it with Tyvek home house wrap first, and that goes all the way down. So that band is protected. And then Kellie's putting this ledger on the top, and she's sealing it off with this black seal flashing right here. That way it's stepping over somewhat, and hopefully the rain will come down and hit that and just come back down. Now, technically they should have house wrap over top of that and then taped up, but like I said, that's for a different job and a different day. Right now, this is the way we're going, and I think we should be fine. There's nothing on there now, and it's lasted this long. All right, guys, moving on. I'm about to lay this out.
Can I cut it here at the very end of where this is going to be, or make it go longer?
Yeah, you want to make it go longer, and then what I've seen them do is take this. There's nothing on the side. It just maybe go up against it like this right here, like that, and then put this on top. So it goes under like that. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna cut it right here then.
Yeah, yeah. If you want, you can just.
It's fine. I was just didn't want to cut it too short.
All right.
We cut it like you would quarter round.
What do you mean? Just cut it straight across.
There and cut it at that spot.
Yeah, that's fine. And I would let it overlap too. So in other words, I would let this be on top. Yeah, it's like that's upside down.
Isn't that what I just said?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, you have to cut it like quarter round, or you
Sure.
turn it upside down and cut it.
I mean, yeah, technically, but you don't. You could do it the other way too, because.
No.
What do you mean?
How could you do it the other way?
You just cut the other end. It's going to overlap anyway. Doesn't have to butt up against it.
All right. Whatever.
I mean, that's fine though. Just
right here.
Yep.
Nice.
So instead of just cutting this back and lipping up, I decided to go ahead and just put a ledger on here, just because I feel like this is going to be quite a task getting these cut across here. So with that being said, I'm starting just like I'm starting something new. So I'll go 15 1/4 and then do my 16s. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and snap this line across, and that's where the ledger is going to go. Now guys, initially I was going to put these ledgers up with screws, but I do have these galvanized. These are like 2 3/4, and then I also have these, which are 3 inches. You can see I'm going to use the 3-inch on the wall over there and use these so they don't poke through. But I have them, I might as well use them up and then save my screws for the decking. All right, team, take a look at this. As you can see, there's the layout right there. So we've got one nail going in the dead center, and then we got one about 2.5 to 3 inches on either side. That's how you need to do it, and that right there should support this joist through here. That's how I used to do it when we framed houses. All right, guys, so what I'm gonna do is go ahead and get this whole thing nailed up. You don't have to sit here and watch me do that, but I'll check back in with you guys once I get it all nailed up, and we'll lay these joists in. All right. Here's another quick little framing trick. I'm just putting these up here temporarily so they can catch my joist, and I can put it up against my band here, and then I'll let them hang over wild over there. I'll snap a line, and then I'll make sure this deck is completely straight, no matter what the numbers is over there. Does that make sense? All right. All right, guys, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just basically crowning each and every one of these joists so they're ready to go once they get in there. Crowning just means, and I think I've explained this before, but in case I haven't, most boards will have a little bit of a bow or a dip in it, so to speak, whatever way you want to call it. But you always want to make sure that your hump is towards the top. That way when you're spanning that hump, the weight of it in the middle will pull itself down. You don't want to put the hump down, because then you'll create a big dip. So that's what I'm doing right now, is going through and crowning these, making sure we're putting all of our humps towards the up. And by doing that, I'll just put a mark like that. Kelly knows that the arrow means that side goes up. All right.
Everybody
All right, team, so what happened is, in laying this thing out, the next layout lands right in the dead center of this joist right here. So since our deck boards have to have something to land on this side anyway, I made this little situation up right here. And then that will help us to have something for our deck board to lay on. But more importantly, I'm going to put my hanger on here because I have nowhere to lay this side of the joist on. Does that make sense? All right, that's the plan.
up?
They can. They're going to sit on this.
On top of that?
Mm-hmm.
Ow.
Yes.
Oh, like that too?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a choice.
It is. I explain to people. Here's what's happening. I put that up there so I can set these all up. Down here we have like 141 and like 5/8, and it's 141 and a quarter right there. Instead of measuring each and individual joist, we set these all up. We snap a line all the way across. When we cut them, this thing is straight because it's off of the string line.
Okay. So they don't go into place, they just go on top.
Correct.
Everybody dance.
Yeah, so see how I got that lined up right there? And we'll just snap a line all the way across. All right. And I got this post here, so I'm gonna mark both sides and then check it with my straight edge. I just don't want to snap that line all the way through because it may hit this post. So, does that make sense? All right.
It's outside.
Well team, unfortunately we are out of wood. We had to make several trips back and forth to the hardware store only because there was a lot of wood that needed to be bought for this job, and we couldn't handle it all with just our truck and trailer. There's still a whole lot more to do. We still have to make sure to put all these deck boards on, and I got to figure out a way to connect these handrails to the existing deck. And then our customers ask us to build them this epic tiki bar like one of these right here. So if you guys don't want to miss that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And hey, if you're feeling generous today, it would definitely help out the channel, and I would appreciate it if you'd hit that like button. That's going to do it for this one, guys, and I really hope to see you on the next one. Until then, take care and stay safe. Peace.